What's up, computer art students? Today we're going to do lesson number 7, hands. We're going to learn how to do photo booth, magnetic lasso, transform, flip horizontal tools, and to add to our picture. You're all used to photo booth. I've seen you use it. I've seen you open it up. So I think most of us are familiar with it. It's located down on your dock, down below, right here. So open that up, and it looks like this. So hello, here I am. Today we're going to use Photo Booth to take a picture of our hand. We want to make it look like we're holding a paper airplane. Okay, so we're throwing it. So if we can hold out our hand, pretend that you have a paper airplane in your hand, you're going to whip it at my head or something like that, right? You would never do that. But we're going to take a paper airplane, and now it wouldn't make sense to have our hand turned like this, but we want it open so we could get a nice trajectory on it, right? To hit your neighbor in the back of the head with it. So let me get rid of it. I got that be ambidextrous here. All right, maybe, no, let's do this. I'm gonna use my left hand. Okay, you gotta think this out first, of course, right? Okay, there it is. There's my hand. Get out of the way. Now whip it at Mr. Hansen's head. Okay, okay, here we go. Okay. To activate this, we're gonna click on this button. There we have it.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, hello. We are going to take this picture. I'm doing a screen test. I'm talking to myself. Sorry.
Sounds good.
So we're going to take this picture, and we're going to move it to the desktop. Here it is. It's going to be down below. We're going to move it up here to the desktop. Just drag it and drop it on. We'll have it for later. We're going to close this photo booth down because I know you're sick of seeing my face. See you later. Okay, here we go. So now we're going to relocate this picture, and we're going to just take this from the desktop and drag it down to Photoshop. It'll open up in a new window. There we have it. Okay. Next up is to use the magnetic lasso tool. Okay, grab onto the magnetic lasso tool located underneath the polygonal lasso tool, and we're simply going to do a nice job tracing this out. Now, if you're into key commands like I am, because you don't like to go around and mess around with your toolbar, hold down the space bar, and that'll bring your hand. You can move it around pretty easily, but you're also going to hold the command key to get your zoom in tool. Okay, your magnifying glass. We're going to zoom in quite a bit to this, and now we can work. Now notice if I hold down the space bar, I can move my picture around. Okay, space bar command with the left hand, it's going to zoom in. Spacebar command option is going to zoom out. Okay, so all with your left hand. Try to get ambidextrous with using this Photoshop, which means you're going to use both hands. The right hand is the click, left hand is on the keyboard. Here we go. So we're going to go around. You might have to help it a bit. What it's going to do is read the color pixels, and if it's, let's say the white bricks in the background are too close to the pixel color of my hand, it will not drop an anchor point. And what we call those little dots is an anchor point. Okay, so I'm gonna hold down the space bar. I'm running out of room. I'm gonna move up. Okay, and I'm gonna keep going. Go all the way down. Kind of cut it off at the wrist. Go over at the bottom. Go back up the hand. Might have to help it. It'll automatically drop anchor points for you, but you might have to help it like around here. I'm gonna have to help it by clicking. You click to drop anchor points, and back and around here. Hold down spacebar, move it back down and around. Go back to where you started from, and you'll notice we have that little symbol of a circle. That means we're going to close out the path. And there we have our marching ants. All right, so here we have our selection. Notice this refine edge button up here. There are a couple different things you can do to perfect this edge, like create a mask and that kind of thing. If we hit the Q button on the keyboard, that'll give us a mask. I don't really have a whole lot of problems here. I'm pretty proud of my job tracing this out, but a mask is helpful because you can go to your brush tool now that we have a mask, and we can fix any kind of imperfections that we have with our piece. It'll mask out everything else. there's another way we can do this. Hit the mask button again, which is Q on the keyboard. We can also go to refine edge, but you have to make sure that you have your selection tool selected, your magnetic lasso tool or the rectangular marquee. Hit the refine edge button, and this will pop up. Okay. And what it's going to do is it's going to allow us to fix our selection. We can smooth out the edge. We can give it a feather. We can contrast it. We can push that selection in, look what it's doing, and we can shift the edge slightly, okay, to bring it in if we don't want a hard edge there. And then the feather will also smooth out that edge a little slightly. Okay. I don't want a lot of smoothness because I have certain angles that I want here, but I do want to feather it slightly, give it a nice faded edge. The feather is going to give it a faded edge. Okay. And contrast, let's see. Contrast will kind of negate out the feather, but that looks pretty good to me. I have a pretty good selection. I'm going to click OK. Notice how much it brought in the feather. That's too much. I'm going to click Refine Edge again. I'm going to, well, I have to step backwards. Okay, step backwards and fix it again. So Refine Edge. Brought in the edge too far in because I missed my ring. It's not too bad. Click OK. I can notice a little spot up here, so I'm going to hit the mask button, Q, and I'm going to get my brush out, and I'm just going to kind of brush this area in slightly like that. Hit the Q button again, and that looks like it works. Okay? All right. Now we have a selection on our hand, we can simply cut it. Apple X or Edit Cut, and go back to our initial piece and paste it in. Apple V or Edit Paste. Phone's ringing. Give me 1 second. Okay, now we need to position this hand. We can move it. Get rid of your brush. Make sure you have the Move tool selected. Okay, so let's move this over here. Let's take a look at our template, our picture that we have been referring to help us kind of know where to put this hand. Okay, the hand's kind of smaller off to the side coming off our building. All right, so it's kind of in between the trees slightly. So it looks like we have some manipulation to do a little bit here. So let's go back to our layers and let's just move our hand out of the way for a second. Let's fix some things. Let's go to our trees. So the trees are, where's my trees folder? Hello trees, where are you? There you are, trees folder. Left tree. Let's click on the left tree and let's just kind of move this up and in slightly. So I'm going to transform this, Apple T, and bring this back down to there. That looks pretty good. That looks better than what it was. Let's click on the right tree now. The right tree. Do the same thing. Move it up into there. Something like that. Let's transform it. Apple T. Bring it down. So it's approximately the same size as the other one. If we don't know, let's use our guide. Let's bring a guide down to the top of the tree and use, there we go, put this up there. And then let's transform it one more time to make it symmetrical. Let's use another guide for the bottom of the tree. Let's move this guide up here. There we go. And then Apple T on the tree again. There we go. Okay, now we're looking pretty good. Okay, looks better. I'm happier about that. We can get rid of these guides, don't need them anymore. Drag them up to your ruler. There we go. Get them out of the way. Okay, the hand. Go back to the hand. Hold down the Command key, click on the hand so we can move it so we can see our layers. We're going to twist this slightly. Let's do this. Let's take a look at here again. Okay, let's just Okay, yeah, it looks like it's overlapping the tree area. Okay, good. So we're gonna give it a tilt. Apple T, let's twist this hand slightly. Okay, kind of something like that. And we're gonna move this hand above. Oh, we gotta apply it, and we're gonna shrink it. Let's shrink it first. Okay. Move it above the tree line. Let's label it left hand. Now I wish I had more wrist to use. And we can always fix that, I suppose. I guess you could always take another picture if you're not happy with your hand the way it is. We could always get more with the wrist. I didn't have enough wrist there. I think I was too close to the camera. But what if I did this? Let's select the hand once. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to deselect. What if I took a new layer and just labeled it wrist and just selected, let's say, use the polygonal lasso tool on my left hand. Watch this. It's going to be kind of magical. Select this portion of my wrist. I'm going to copy it. Apple C, copy. Apple V, I'm going to paste it in. Oops. I'm going to paste it in onto my wrist layer. Apple V, okay, there it is. I pasted it onto my wrist layer. There's a copy of it. Ooh, there it is. See it? See it? Okay. Move it back. I'm going to transform this thing. Oh, it's going to be difficult now, isn't it? Yep. It's because it's not symmetrical. It's not at a 9-degree angle. Okay. Never mind. We're not going to do that. I'll just use it. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Sometimes you got to explore to learn new things. So let's just deal with it as the way it is and use it. Okay. What I can do is I could, let's say I could transform, edit, transform. Let's try this. Let's try warping it. Let's try warping the hand a little bit. It'll be a little funky and weird, but sometimes it might work. At least now I have a longer wrist. I'll be kind of tucked behind the building. Click on a different tool, like the move tool or the rectangular, the marquee tool, and click apply. All right. And we're gonna move it underneath. Let's see. We're gonna move this underneath. Let's see. Okay, one thing we can do is we want to get rid of the wrist, make sure this looks like it's behind the building. So I'm going to hold on the command key, click on the symmetrical building, okay, the orange building, and I'm going to get my eraser tool out. Click back on my hand, make sure it's on the hand layer, and erase it. It's only going to erase what's selected, okay? So now it's going to look like it's behind that building, okay? There we go. Now we can nudge the hand slightly to the right. Oop, make sure we're on the move tool. There we go. Okay. Let's duplicate this. Right click. Oops, sorry. Go to left hand, let's drag it down to the copy paper. Let's name it right hand. Okay. Drag it out.
You're in. All right, thank you.
All right. Let's go to edit, transform, flip horizontal, and we're just going to piece it in over here.
Hey.
Good luck, guys.